Good morning, student. Good morning. First of all, today we'll discuss basically the theory part once, and then we'll go for discussion on the assignment that earlier it was given. We'll do that assignment first. So today we'll start with the these frames and layers. So far we have discussed regarding different types of software that are used in purpose of animation. Today I am discussing from directly on from the PDF, so that is with you also. So whenever doubt will arise or any question will be later on, you can ask also. So basically, I think all of you have downloaded this PDF. Go through this PDF only because since again I'm telling no book is available, so go through this only. So whenever any more things will be there, so I will share with you notes regarding within. I'm just preparing one HTML note, so I will share that note with you very soon within 1 or 2 days. So this side, as you know, this side basically two chapters are coming for your midterm. Already, I have told that first chapter that is basically this animation frames, layers, this type of concept, and second chapter within the second chapter the HTML basics are coming. And regarding HTML basic, you have to go through this part, this PDF, as well as I will share some notes because some extra concept also I have taught. So let's start with creating frames and keyframes. So what is actually keyframe? Already we have understood that animation can be done in different way, just like keyframe animation or motion tuning. A lot of different techniques are there. So framing is the most important part. Frame means whenever we do any animation, the each part that is visible on a screen or the area that is visible on the screen that is segmented wise, each are called frame. So timeline, what is timeline? The timeline is the key to animation. Key means nothing but that whenever we just see to any animation, so how much it is moving or how much it is scrolling or within the screen or frames, that is only called timeline. So whenever just like we go for keyframe, here few demonstration is used. Actually, it is used using the flash. So presently we will not use the flash. We will just know about few terms and things about the flash. So this is one very important thing, that the keyframe. So where keyframe is the, as I told, the screen where the animation or the content first appears, and it can be changed in different way, just like we can change its color, we can change its shape, we can change its motion, anything. So actually here keyframe basically are of two types, just like frames. Regular frame are static and dynamic basically. Static means what, that cannot be, that are just like fixed, and dynamic frame or just like runtime frame, that are basically of two types, just like for example one particular background or one type of set of images is there. So particular time it changes its shape or size, so that type of things are runtime frame. And frame rate, what is frame rate? Whenever any frame is moving or using within the window or screen, so the particular frame is coming per second, that is called frame rate actually. So so whenever frame rate just like of 12 frame per second means fps, this is the unit, frame per second, how many frames are coming. So here is the way to insert frames on the timeline. Actually, inserting process is not required. Just we have to remember that from where we can do that, how we can create keyframe. So basically, we to add a keyframe. Whenever we will use flash tool, in that case, we have to use this flash tool for creating a keyframe. So keyframe is when we'll add this keyframe, each frame will be added to the screen and it will take some few seconds to use onto the screen. So nothing is there, just you go through this one. Then commenting frame, to add a comment to the frame. Comment means suppose if you want to write something to be displayed on the screen. So select frame 100 of the welcome layer. You should select the frame where you wish to comment to be recorded. Means what? If you want to add some line or add some text within the frame, then just like here, type double slash question appears. So you can see here, add a comment. Within this part, you can add any frame type. So basically, the question, what type of question will come? That what is keyframe, what is FPS, what type of, what is the unit of FPS? This type of question will be there. Just these are reading based things. Then coming motion and shape tuning, this is the second way, or this is another way how we can create animation. So frame by frame animation means whenever there are multiple frames are there, if or by time automatically, when one frame changes with respect to another frame, that is called frame by frame animation. For this type of animation, basically, just like we can take example of a flip book or creating claymation, where actually within certain period of time, one particular frame changes to other shape, it changes its shape. So that is only called the frame by frame animation. And tuning means used to make the animation much easier. The developer identifies start point and end point, then the software figures out the position of the object between. Means automatically within the two position of the animation, the software creates different aspect of the particular object. Then coming motion tuning. Motion tuning are type of object, means whenever we want to show that particular object is in motion, that means here the developer places an object at the starting point at the keyframe. Then the developer created keyframe somewhere along with the timeline and moves an instance of the object to the endpoint. Instance means what? Instance is a very important term. Instance is just a copy version. Means one single sort of you can say object is there, and multiple copies is been taken, and that copy is to be dragged to endpoint, start point to end point. So this motion tuning automatically will create the instance or copy, so that it will look like the particular object is moving within the screen or moving within the frame. That is called motion tuning. Then shape tuning quite like same, only here the thing is there that we have to change the shape of the object. For example, here one good example is there. We can change the circles into stars, a seed into plant, a bike into a car. That means what? Whenever a particular object changing its shape by just like changing it different parts, so that is called, comes under the shape tuning. It is also called vector graphics, or it is termed as vector graphics, because here it is changing its direction, as well as it is changing its size, width or length, this type of things. Just like here also one another example, flash shape tuning won't work well a photograph of human face, but it would work for a line based smiley face. Means what? Suppose if we want to change the particular shape of a human face, in that case it will that much it will not work. But whenever a smiley face is there, we can change its shape into different aspect to show different type of emotion. So that is basically shape tuning. And action script, what is action script? Just like scripting used for highly interactive projects, just like video games or simulation. In terms of video game, we know that whenever video games works, actually within the same frame there are multiple characters are there, and each character have a role. So whenever frame change, also the role of each character also changes. So there are various changes or various categories are there within real life game or real games, real life video games actually, or simulation. So in that case, this type of script codes are used. So this is also done by the Flash. Basically here the discussion is on the Flash only. So just you have to know the concept that how different types of animation technique works. Then creating frame by frame animation. So few properties we have to know, or few steps we have to know, that if we want to create a new just like frame by frame animation, so to work with it we have to go to the properties area, and we have to set the change the or shape the size like any of the pixel, height and width, this pixel. Then this is the area where page properties. Whenever we'll set the page area, after that we can use the keyframe window. For example, just like for a circle, click the rectangle tool and draw a circle. Use the line tool to create lines, and building animation involve creating series of keyframe with small changes to the figure. Means within one figure only, within one area only, multiple figure is to be drawn. So this type of things are actually done using this pivot animator, or through Flash also we can do. There are various way how we can change this keyframe, and we can show that particular object is changing its shape. This is about the keyframe. All the basic concepts you have to know. Basically, these are not practical topic. And creation of motion twinning animation. Motion twinning animation, it has actually, twin means what? Here you can see the most common animation technique, motion twinning. Flash with starting point on a keyframe and ending point with another keyframe. Means whenever object we want to see that a particular one object is scrolling through the screen, and it is changing its shape, size, or position. In that case, we can use the motion twinning. So it has few versions, just like classic motion twinning. First of all, see to this example. Here we can see that two objects are being static here, that they are not moving, but another object is there. We are just changing its place. So here we can see that particular keyframe. Here lot of different keyframes are there. So keyframe, here airplane layer. So this is actually moving within this particular keyframe area, within this keyframe area. So this is only called classic motion twinning. Here one particular object is there. So here we can see three objects are there. One is this cloud, and one is this home, and another is this airplane. So we are changing the position of this airplane to different layer or different areas. So through that we can show that particular object in its motion. So this is only called classic motion twinning. And motion twinning, that is only the thing, the second option of twin animation, new motion twin option. Now what is this here? To create motion tuning, just let me show this figure. Here actually motion, through the motion editor tab, timeline tab is there. So there we can set our properties, and where we can change the various options, just like we can either scroll the particular image slowly or quite fast. So we can change that through this tab, motion editor tab, next to the timeline tab. This allow to change no s to simple, that means slow. It will make the particular object to slow. Just like here we can make the movement of frame 40, 80, 100, 120 to simulate weight an aeroplane bounces down the runway. That means if we want to show that particular airplane or particular object is moving, so here we can give different types of frames value, so that automatically that value will be applied. So there are basically two way. One is classic motion tuning, another is motion twin option. How we can create animation using motion tuning. Next, creating shape twinning, twin animation. Shape twin animation means what? Whenever we are using any shape within a layer. So again, I want to discuss one point, that frames and layer, quite two different terms. Just like a layer means one, you can say background or type, or one screen. Within that, different object or parts are there, so that we can understand as a frame. So here few examples, just one go through the things. One example is there, I am explaining from this figure. So for example, this is the figure. Here shape twin animation is shown. So for example, this was the earlier shape. So now this shape is being dragged into many ways, and it is been changed to this shape, A shape. From this particular shape, it is been changed to this shape A. So this is only called shape twinning. That means changing the shape. Twin means the change, how we were changing the shape. So in this way, when we change a particular shape to its shape, that is called shape twinning. So this shape twinning option, just the point we have to remember, that how we can shape changes the shape, or how we can convert any particular shape to different, to give different shape. For example, just like few minutes ago I was telling, here example was given that from a cycle, bicycle to a motorbike, or for example, if we are changing the shape of smiley faces, that comes under shape twinning option. Then importing AV file, that is the point. AV file means audio video file. Actually, what a audio video file? This is a very interesting point. Typically, this is the concept. Audio and video are working as the ear and eye of the multimedia. This is interesting one. Ear and eye of the multimedia means audio, the things that we listen to any multimedia file, and videos are the eye means that we can watch or see. So that's why audio video file are very important aspect in terms of multimedia concept. So in terms of multimedia, these two things play important role. So in terms of sound and audio, various terms and topics are there that we have to know. For a sound, actually, we know that this is a mechanical energy produced by a vibrating body. These are the general physics terms, so I'm not going to that. But what are the basic properties of it? First of all, a sound always have frequency, wavelength, period, amplitude, velocity, or speed. So these are the general matter through which we can distinguish between different types of sound. So whenever a sound is being produced, so it has different properties, so that every sound has its own characteristics. So that's why here scientific study of sound is called acoustics. This is the very important term, acoustics. The sound portion of program or a track recorded on a video tape which contains sound, music, or narration is called audio. Means whenever a particular sound is recorded on a version of digital way or some other way, that format is called audio format. It may be just like presently we are using the video digital format. Earlier there was digital format not available, so that time we have used the other format or other way. So that all the format through which we record our sound or record any type of sound, that is called the audio. Now, what are the different audio format? Here, 2 points will come that we have to understand, that audio format and audio codec. Basically, codec means that supports different type of audio quality or different type of audio feature. So, just like distinguish file format and codec, through most audio formats support only one audio codec, means how this audio is being recorded or what type of audio it contains. So, one file format can have different type of codec. For example, the common audio format are web, that is basically the movies or things that we see that contains this web format, AIFF or AU. And here an interesting point, format as lossless compression such as FLAC, Monkeys Audio. This is very famous, Monkeys Audio APE. The extension of Monkeys Audio are APE, Webpack, and Shorten. So this type of audio format contains the lossless compression. Now, what is lossless compression? Lossless compression means there the different type of space or extra space are simply been compressed, so that it takes quite less space, just like, and it also reduces the unwanted sound. That means, suppose with during recording of any sound, any unwanted sound is being recorded. So whenever we are changing the sound to from its original content, so that time we can save the things using this lossless compression. Then TTA, FS lossless or lossless audio media player, WMA. These are the common format, and very common for audio formats are MP3, Vorbis, WMA, AAC. So we have to know what are the different types of format and what purpose they are used. Just like format with compression, MP3 format, Vorbis, and WMA. So this type of formats are basically used. Now, uncompressed common audio format. Uncompressed common audio format means what? Just like when audio format, basically just major uncompressed audio format PC, it is usually stored as w.wav on Windows. Windows means normal our OS. It is telling that web is flexible format designed to store more or less any combination of sampling rate or arbitrates. And web format is based on the RIFF file format, which is similar to IFF format. Now, these are the different type of format, and these has different type of work. Now, what is lossless audio format? As I was telling, it is a type of compressed format. So here the processing is there, and the processing for the same time recorded, but would be more efficient in terms of space use. As I was telling, that extra space, unwanted space, that is been removed from that particular type of file. So web, like any other compressed format, encoded all sound, and whether they are complex sound or absolute silence with the same number of beats per unit time. Means whenever any sound that does not contain any proper sound, or whenever a sound has a sound, so it can hold both the type. For example, in any certain situation, there is a complete mute status, there is no sound. So in that case, this lossless audio format are quite effective, or they can be used properly. Then lossy audio format, what does it mean? These file format are based on the sound type or remove audio rate that human cannot or can hardly hear. Means, for example, these formats are generally, you can say that these are recorded as per original sound, just like MP3 format. Even also within the MP4 also, this MP3 codec is been utilized. So just like the compression is about 10:1 as compared to uncompressed WAV file, a CD with MP3 file can store up to 11 hours of music. And obviously, whenever different formats are used, using different format, those different type of or different amount of sound also we can store in the devices. Just like in CD, whenever we are storing MP3 file format of 11 hours, on the other hand, just like any other type of format or WAV will store quite less than that. So these are the different format, and that format actually used for storing data uh, into any device or any external device. So now multiple channel. So multiple channel means here, nowadays movie theater have upgraded their sound system to surround the system. That means from here, what we call the Dolby Digital. It is a quite common term to us. So are also used by Apple's iTunes. Actually, now Dolby Digital means what? From any angle or any point within that surrounding, it can be heard with proper voice or proper sound quality. So there, the encoding will be done in that way, so it will be very clear to any part of the particular surrounding. So that is actually called Dolby Digital, or actually the codec format is from Apple's iTunes. So that's why it is called sometimes AAC codec format also. So codec are copyrighted, and encoder decoder cannot be offered without paying a license fee. Means since it is a proprietary type format, so whenever any particular just like anyone try to use that particular codec format, obviously in that case this type of proprietary license fee is to be paid. Now coming for digital file format or digital video format. So you know that just like sound, in case of digital video also, here recording is done in the terms of digital version, and then actually it is stored. Now in this case also, this frame rate will come. Frame rate, again I am telling that frame rate is the number of frame displayed per second. That means what? Whenever we are just like seeing any animation or anything in the screen, per frame or that is displayed within the screen, that is only called frame rate. Just like for any type of video format, we can find the frame rate also. The illusion of motion can be experienced as 12 frame per second. Means what? Suppose we are just watching any just like video. So there we can only able to see that a particular object is moving whenever the particular object is changing its frames, 12 frames per second. Then only it look like that yes, it is the object is moving, or object is just changing its shape, size, whatever. That means the frame rate should be just like 12 frames per second. Then frame dimension means the audio height, the video width and height of the image can be expressed in number of pixel, and pixel depth, number of bits per pixel, means within the pixel how many bits are there. So the number of bits or number of pixel is more, the quality of that video will be more or good. Now, in case of computer also, digital file, these are three types of encoder type: DV encoder 1, DV encoder type 2, and different type of other file format. So basically, DV encoder type 1 Actually, what is the meaning? Whenever we are saving any file using DB encoder type 1, so basically the raw digital video are actually stored here. And in case of second one, here VFW compatible AVI format, audio video input format, the advantage is that it can be read by older applications that do not support the file format. Means, so we know that day by day we are upgrading in terms of digital media. So there are various files are there that belongs to the older version. So in that case only this digital video audio converter encoder is used. Now other file format, what are the other file format? This is common to us, the MPEG format. This is common, very common to us. The most video files are now it is stored in this format, MPEG format. Also MP4 formats are there. MPEG 1 also, moving picture expert group, just like JPEG or JPEG, that was for image joint picture expert group. In the same way here, moving picture expert group format, industry standard encoding format that is widely used in industry. Industry means wherever movie or things are made. Then MPEG 2, it is the higher quality and file size 3 to 4 times larger than MPEG 1. And QuickTime means whenever, just like we need to store quite video with a short space or quite faster moving video format we have to use, then we can QuickTime use, and it is been developed by Apple actually. From it is coming from Apple version. And real video, the streaming video used for distributing video in real time over the internet. Means whenever we are doing the any live things, just like now we are doing live, so this time whatever video content we are using, so that is coming real video. Then again, whenever this real video is downloaded in external devices, then the video format obviously is changed. Because if the same format is used for the live telecast or live videos, automatically the consumption of memory will be too high, or consumption of data connection will be too high. So that can may or may not be supported by all the devices, or from all aspect, or from anywhere. So that's why in terms of real video or simply the live, in this case is actually this real video formats are used. And so what becomes its advantage, the video can be supported within real time to a lot of people. And if we use in the same time, if you use some higher quality format, then problem will come that this video will be quite larger in size, so automatically things will be quite typical to just store the things, store the matter. So up to this today I'm just discussing. So tomorrow we'll discuss on the multimedia publishing. These are the basic small topics are there. Few last topic basically you can say multimedia publishing, using multimedia publishing, and that is the topic. And after that our HTML topic is starting. So let's discuss on the assignment that I have given in the classroom. This was the assignment. Many of you have done the assignment so far. So as I told yesterday that today we'll do the assignment. So here let me explain the assignment. Here you can see this. This is the first page. Means we have to create two web pages. This is the main name web page. This is the main.html. This is the first page, and second one is the eyes.html. This is the second web page. So whenever we'll click on the first web page, there you can see. Let me zoom it quite more. So sense organ, some font is there and some writing is there, and then this is actually created as hyperlink. So when we'll click this hyperlink, so it will go to the, or it will open the next page. So this type of page we have to create. So let's go for the creation of these pages. So suppose I'm just first of all already I have taken the figure of eye. This is the thing. So first of all we have to insert this image into our web page. Let me copy it path. This is one PNG image. Also, if your image is resides on the same folder where your HTML file is there, so no need to just simply no need to create, or no need to use its path directly. It can be inserted with the name only. So I'm just removing all this part and creating a new file. For example, just like suppose here we'll create I name I I web dot html, and just I'm removing each and everything, whatever things are there. Let me remove. Or so here I'm just displaying I, and then we'll use. So tell me which tag we'll use here. Write in the comment section which tag we'll use for this purpose. If you want to store a particular image, or if you want to bring a particular image, what is the tag we'll use here? If you want to bring an image to the to our web page, which tag will use? We will use img tag, img src. Then we'll paste the image, or paste the path. First of all, I'm using the path, complete path. Got png. Can anybody say what is the full form of png? So this is my I web page. So if we just let me click here, we can see if we are clicking this page, you can see this figure is coming here. Now we'll go for creation of the second page, and that is using one list type. Again, I'm just opening it once, and here in sort of I will create only just I'm giving another heading h1 sense organ. Very good. Just a second. Image sense organ. Here I'm writing sense organ. Those who had doubt on this particular assignment, you can for them I'm just showing. Most of you have done correct. So here we have to use one just like ordered list or unordered. Let me check what is there. What was there? It was of ordered list, so we have to use the order list format. In short, I'm just doing. So whenever we use the order list, we'll use the OL tag. So within OL tag, basically the 1 to 3 that will be by default type. So within the OL tag, I'm just enclosing li, but this li we have to use as li is I, that we have to use as hyperlink. So here we have to write a href equals to, now we have to bring the web page, or we have to bring the web page location. So this is my first page location, so I'm just copying this path from its address bar, and I'm just pasting it here. And then here I will write I, this is the link area. Then we'll write I, actually quite longer path is there. So then we'll close the li, and obviously the anchor tag also, because we'll close the anchor tag because we know the nested tag. So then I'm closing the li tag, and after closing the li tag, Then we'll write few more li tag. I'm just writing one or two more. Eyes, ears, ear, whatever. Like ear. Then I'm closing this light tag. Only I'm taking here two sense organ, two here. So I want to demonstrate only these things. So now I'm just saving it. Let me save as a page 5 only. So now if you click on the page 5, you can see, okay, sorry, some issue is there. Just I need to check with which name I've saved it. Page 5, okay. I've not given any extension, that's why. Yes, so I'm doing .html. Now it will work. Here it's pages. So here you can see I is coming as a hyperlink word. I is coming. I think all of you can see I is coming as a hyperlink, and so that it is coming with purple color. Or whenever I'm just bringing the mouse pointer here, it is changing to hand symbol. So this is the meaning of hyperlink, we know. So whenever now I'm just clicking on this I, so you can see now it is opening the particular I web page where we have created the figure of I, or we have just pasted the figure of I. So this is the thing how we can create this type of assignment. So this type of assignment will be there, or tags will be there. So tell me if you have any question on this assignment or anything else. If you have any question, yes, I will check it once. Yes, obviously, I'm sure. Surely, surely, I will go through it. Okay, okay. Then, student, today I'm just ending the class here only. You have another class also. Thank you, student. Have a good day.